Okay, hello guys. It's Cliff here, and this is going to be one of the first videos, or the first video that I put out there. It's going to be part of a series of videos going forward, and we're going to have we have our own channel for this, and these are going to mostly be training videos, to the how-to videos, and I see them mostly going ahead and being related to the tech side of of the business that we're of the business. All right, and you guys are gonna have to bear with me because I'm not a expert video maker yet, but fortunately I'm gonna have to get the practice. We've got YouTube videos that we're going to be developing for our customers, and then we've got more training videos coming. So, and I'm not very fond of being a public speaker, but I suppose I'm going to rise to the occasion here. Okay, so part of the reason why we're going to start doing this on training videos is, we're learning a bunch of new software, and we're learning a bunch of new stuff. So the schedules FSM was a new thing, and FSM's just been a lifesaver. I mean, it's absolutely fabulous software. In fact, Ari and I right now, we have, I think we have three outstanding invoices, and both of them are less than 2 weeks old. Everything else is accounted for, everything else is paid for, and we've got a real handle on what's going on with our receivables. They got extremely out of control last year. So, and most of us are kind of through the learning curve on FSM. However, if we would have had a video for it, it probably would have streamlined everybody's learning curve. But so live and learn. And then also part of the reason why I decided to start doing these videos is because I've got to get you guys trained out there on how to do the schedules. And there's a process in the schedules, and then there's a process in how to create one, and it's a lot of steps. So what I started to do was I started to think, hey, so just real quick right now, so we know, I'm on Matt's work tablet right now. I haven't given it to him yet, but this is going to be Matt's work tablet, and it's a dedicated work tablet, just straight for work. I haven't given it to him yet. We haven't gone over it, but we're going to keep GPS on it. We're going to leave it in the truck the way we're doing it with Cameron's phone. This way we've always got functioning software. So anyway, I'm on his tablet, and part of the reason why I'm bringing up his tablet is because this may not be the only tablet we go ahead and we use, and I'll talk about that in a little bit later. So anyway, I was going to go ahead, and my first thought was, hey, how am I going to teach everybody how to do the schedule? So I thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a keep list. So I'm going into Matt's keep right here, and then I created this for you guys right down here, and then I've got this how-to list, and I thought this was going to be a great idea. And then I started to write this one right here, this detailed list of steps to make a schedule. And then I'm halfway done with this, and I started going through this, and I'm thinking, you know what? Nobody's going to read this. Nobody's going to double check this. This is just not the right way to go ahead and to. There's got to be a better solution. So anyway, that's where the videos went ahead and the video idea came into play here. And I'd thought about it in the past. The other thing the videos are going to do is, even if I went ahead, we did hands-on trading, which I think my lesson with Cameron for the schedules was about an hour and a half. River, I did one with River over the phone. It literally took an hour and a half. And then the thing is we're just not going to remember every step. There's just too much things to do, too many things to learn. So the videos are just going to be a nice way to go ahead and back reference, how to go ahead and do it, and then that way we can do it in the field. The other reason is as we go forward, we're eventually going to go ahead and we're going to start hiring people, and we're not there yet, and I'm not ready to do that. And then as we go ahead and we hire people, learning our steps and our methods and our way of doing things, it's time consuming and it takes time. So, if there's videos there, you can basically go ahead and give a guy a tablet and say, hey, here's your work thing. Go home, start learning our stuff. And for the most part, we have an extremely mobile operation, and this is going to serve us well in the future. And and adding on to our mobile operation is going to be our YouTube videos, our YouTube training videos. Okay, that's why we're doing it. To get to the YouTube training videos, what I've done is I've pushed through an app. I've pushed through a work YouTube app on all y'all's phones right here. So this is it's YouTube. It's just like regular YouTube app. The only thing is it's for work. And it's already got your stuff in here. Now I believe the way you would get there, I'm not sure here. This is new for me. Not my channel. switch it. Okay, I'm not sure how to get here yet. Hang on. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, I found it. All right, so we go down here into subscriptions. You hit the subscriptions, and Ari and I have already gone ahead and taken the liberty of subscribing you guys to our learning video channel. And as you can see right now, I've only got one test video in here, and that's going to be deleted. I just had to make sure all the software was working first before I uploaded it. But all the training videos are going to go ahead and be in here, and it was really easy to get to just through the subscriptions right there. So let's just hang on. Let's just real quick. Let me get out of everything. And then I'm going to recap. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to touch on some of the tech that we're running on our Android devices. Android is a really sophisticated beast out there, and it's really capable of a lot of stuff. And I'm trying, and it solves a lot of problems, and I'm using it to its fullest potential, or as much as I'm using it to solve problems. You know, so we've got FSM running on these things right now. This is things that we've incorporated this year. We've got FSM running on them. We've got remote time cards running on them. We've got GPS mapping on there for both our work, and then we got GPS mapping on there to where we can go ahead and we can see each other. We have G Suites running on these things, which it's a whole professional organizational admin thing where I can wipe the devices remotely if I want to, and part of the reason why I'd want to wipe the devices is because if they get lost, some of the stuff that we're developing and we're starting to incorporate, I'm protective over. I mean, I really would not want it to be. I would be devastated if I knew All American or just some person had some of my stuff. I don't know what credit card numbers are in there, what bank account numbers can be accessed. So anyway, that was one reason why I did it. The other reason why I did it was because we needed professional looking email addresses, and then part of that carries over into some of the other apps. So so we've got G Suites running on this thing, which is a paid software program for admin. We've got the FSM. We got the GPS mapping. The G Suites gave us Google Keep. It gives us Google Drive, even though we had that before. We've got a better version of it. Our passwords are in the cloud. We have Hangouts going ahead and running. Hangouts has also just been has been a blessing. It's working out really well. Matthew and I just were communicating on it, and I threw him over a price list, and bam, there it was. So the personal partitions, the Hangouts, the remote wipe. If we lose a phone, or a phone gets damaged, you basically you can punch on we can take a new phone if we have to order one. Obviously, I don't want to buy new phones, but they do break, they do get lost. Things are going to happen eventually. But you put in that G Suite, you put in your G Suite email account, and then your apps just start going onto the phone. We're starting to run Rainbird Wi-Fi apps on our phones. We've got tiles on Bluetooth in case we go ahead and we lose the keys. We got remote garage doors opener running on them, and this is just a tech on your phone. There's other tech that's that we're running in the office as well. So basically, the reason why I'm going into all this and all the apps and all the stuff that we have on our phone is, yes, it's making us more productive, but also I would just want you guys to all know that all the apps and all the stuff that's put on here, it's not just quickly. I don't just quickly find an app on the Play Store and say, hey, yeah, this is going to go ahead and work. I normally will go through 2 or 3 different apps to see if they'll even go ahead and they'll work. In some cases, as we're trying to save money and buy phones, I literally have to rewrite the Android operating system or update the new Android operating system just to get the apps to run. And then once I get them all on, then to make sure they go ahead and they work from one app to another, and you're going to see kind of how that works as we go forward in some of these other videos. But in a nutshell, it takes a lot of time. And then even once the apps are installed and on the phone, then I got to go through and I got to run through the processes for each individual phone, and I got to make sure the default apps are set correctly. Just like when we get to the schedule video here in just a second, if you go ahead and you're doing a schedule and I haven't gone through the phone, and then so Google's got their own PDF viewer app, and then Adobe's got theirs, and then there's a whole bunch of other ones out there, but Adobe is the one that works with us, and the other ones don't work, and I've tried them. So basically, what I'm boiling down to is the way we have the phones set up, and the way I've gone ahead and I've set them up is when they leave me and they go out to everybody, they work and they're working and they're functioning, and then There's still going to be a problem that could go ahead and develop them once they go in the field, but basically what I'm building up to is don't fuck with your phones. Don't fuck with the settings, or at least especially not the straight work ones. Don't fuck with the settings. Don't change anything on them. And then also just to go ahead and politely mention, getting through some of these learning curves on my own through some of the software. This tech, and Matthew can relate to me on this one, but trying to get through software and this doesn't work right, and then you're having to read 20 pages to find out why it's not working. It's a pain in the ass. So I get really frustrated with it, and it's time consuming. So as long as we don't try to tinker with the stuff in there so much, then we're the better off we're going to be. So that's all I wanted to say is, and then having to come back in and fix stuff and change stuff, just it frustrates me to no end. Only because I'm already frustrated with all the stuff I've already had to do with all the phones. So anyway, that's out there. All right, so as we go forward with some of our training videos coming up here, I'm hopefully they'll all be online today. But the other thing I wanted to go ahead and bring up to everybody is some of these apps we've done, and some of these ideas and some of these systems we're running. I developed a lot of these ideas and these systems when I was driving around, working in the truck and doing service myself. Well, I haven't really done any service almost since June or July of last year when we started taking on Main Event. And during that time, I kind of switched over to the CAD stuff. I started building the CAD stuff. I started doing other stuff. But for all practical purposes, I have not been in the field for a while. Now I'm trying. That's another reason why I'm trying to automate as much of this stuff as possible, because I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and get back in the field. But every time I say that, I get inundated with answering the phones or talking to people and everything else. So maybe that goes ahead and happens, but maybe it doesn't. But my point is that since I'm not in the field, like just for example, I have not even done a complete FSM invoice yet from an Android app. I've played with it on my end, but just yesterday Matthew brought up a good point, and he says, hey, we're way underpriced here. And then I know I changed the prices as an FSM to where we've got residential first hour, we got residential regular hour, we got commercial first hour, we got commercial regular hour. And then I went into and I noticed Cameron was trying to apply the new rules, and Cameron's really good at that. As soon as I say something, everybody is actually. As soon as I say, hey, we're going to be doing it this way, it's tried in. But then I went into FSM myself, and I realized the service items were completely, it was a convoluted process to go ahead and to find out what meant what, and I've still got to go back in there and rewrite them. So my point is, as we start incorporating the schedules, as we start incorporating some more of the new software that's coming, there's other stuff that I'm not even doing videos yet, just because I'm trying not to flood everybody too fast. But your ideas and input, feed it back to me, and I'm gonna get it fixed. They say, hey, if this is a pain in the ass, or this, or even if someone figures out a faster way to do things. Actually, this is something I've been wanting to know right now. Let me go into Matt's FSM here real quick. Let me go into this right here. Let's go into teamwork. What the fuck do these parentheses mean? If someone wants to come back, I've tried to figure out I understand the first numbers, but I don't understand the parentheses. So if somebody wants to educate me on that, or if you've got input, then please go ahead and bring that up. The other thing I want to go ahead and mention just in this first video, and this first video will probably never be available for anybody else other than the Rasmussens, but the other thing I want to go ahead and mention is on the hardware side. So in order to go ahead and start making these videos and trying to figure out get Matt a tablet going, and what's the best way for things to go, and Matt's always going to have a tablet. He's always going to have to have a business phone with a personal side. Cameron's got his work phone that's working out good, and then Rivers probably going to need another solution as well too. But anyway, as we're going through the hardware side of this, I have gone ahead and discovered that I'm loving these tablets. By the way, these tablets are just absolutely fantastic, and I wanted to be able to create a video here. Just even this little app that I'm running right here, I went through 3 software programs, and then the help center in this thing is in freaking Japanese, is in kanji. But it was the best software out there. But what I wanted to be able to point was I made these videos, and I realized you can run a mouse on these tablets really easy. So I started thinking to myself, gee, that solves. Matt was asking for a pen because he has we're sweaty and we're wet, and I can relate to that as well too. And this mouse just goes ahead and runs, this wireless mouse just goes ahead and runs Excel just so much so much simpler. So I started thinking about it. Well, maybe we need to get everybody over to tablets, but then, hey, how do I do that without rising the subscription costs? And then I started thinking, because we've got printers coming back into the truck eventually, and I didn't buy all the printers to not put them in the truck, and I'm planning on putting the printers in the truck when I do the new build, new builds for the trucks. And then we haven't done this training video yet, but it's kind of a convoluted process to get the printers online. You got to hotspot your phone to do it. But anyway, so Matt can be the trial guy for the tablets. If the tablets, so on the hardware side too, so please give me back feedback and suggestions on how I can make FSM better. And then on the hardware side, if I need to buy a RAM mount, or we need to do this, or if the mouse works great, or if this is just so much simpler, and we need to go to tablets, then we can actually buy cheap tablets. We can pull 2 of the tablets off the subscription plan, put hotspots in the trucks. That goes ahead and keeps the printers constantly wired onto the trucks, and then we can go ahead and we can hotspot the tablets without a subscription directly onto the hotspots, and then everything's linked into the truck that way. So I'm and then again I'm open to suggestions for that on the hardware side, and let me know how that all works out. Okay, so I'm going to close this video up. This is the first one. This is an introductory one. Sorry if I sound stupid, but it's my first video. Okay.